keeping in tune with everything you do, I seen recently that you did an interview with the Getto Boys Reloaded podcast.
Yeah, Getto Boys podcast Reloaded. Yeah, Getto Boys Reloaded.
That's Scarface.
Nah, ain't
Willie
Scarface
D?
no more.
You said it's not Scarface no more.
Scarface ain't on the podcast anymore. And I expressed my disappointment to both Face and Willie about it as a fan of the Getto Boys, as a fan of hip hop culture, as a
Houston
fan
culture.
of the city. Yeah, a fan of the city, man. I know how important. I'm for anything that makes Houston stronger. And, the Getto Boys, they are the gold standard when it comes, especially in Houston, but to me, just hip hop period in the South, because they set the mark. I know what they say about different groups. You got Outkast, you got Migos, you got UGK, 2 Live Crew. Let me see what else. I'm probably pretty much the groups that. But to me, the Getto Boys is the ones because nobody, as far as a group, has said more important things concerning black people and the experience of black people in this country. Like the Getto Boys speak to us and our dilemmas and our struggles and our successes and our possibilities more than any group. And that's what resonated with me. Whatever resonate with somebody else is them. But when I listen to music, I listen for something of substance. Don't give me 2 pieces of bread and a piece of lettuce and say it's a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And the Getto Boys always made sure it was meat, tomatoes, mustard, cheese. Yeah. Hey, they gonna give you, that motherfucker be a double, triple stack, after them niggas is done with it.
Nah, real shit.
Yeah, but Face no longer on the podcast, and I was really disappointed at the fact that. But me and Willie off camera, we talked for a while, had a great fucking conversation. Face, we didn't really just go into detail about it, but he told me he wasn't on the show no more and told me where he stood with it. And as a man, I respect a man's decision. But like I say, from a fan perspective, I wish that they could, somehow work it out because that was good for the culture. Like it really was. Okay,
so when you went to do your interview, you just got interviewed by Willie only?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is something new. This is probably what, 3 months, 4 months now? It's been no Scarface?
I don't know. I ain't just really, because I done the interview last week, and I talked to Willie, last Saturday? Like Saturday before last at 50:15 when we set it up. So I don't know exactly how long Face ain't been on now, but the Grammys was in what? February, March?
Beginning of this year, April. January maybe. That shit was January.
We in May.
Yeah, hold on, let me look it up. That was January. But the question I want to ask you as I look this up is, when I first heard about friction between the Getto Boys was the Grammy situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was about Scarface taking the Grammys and not
hitting the stage
on the Grammys and performing a group song by himself, and Willie took major offense to that.
Yeah. Well, Willie say his offense was the fact that Scarface didn't tell him that he was gonna do it. And Scarface said that he didn't find out that was the song they wanted him to perform until he got there. But Willie say he don't believe it. So that's where the dilemma and the problem entails.
Okay. February 5th
was the Grammy.
Was the date. So essentially,
because I don't give a fuck about the Grammys.
Me neither though.
Yeah.
Essentially 3 months ago. Yeah. So, but when you heard the rift between them was over that situation, and they even had an episode with them having a conversation.
A moment that's capsulated in history. A moment that people ain't gonna never forget. Now I understand that it was short time, but here's where I'm at with that. for something like that, for you to sit across this table from me weekly and knowing that you finna go to the Grammys and perform that song.
Let me hold up, time out.
Okay.
I didn't know I was gonna do that song.
At what point did you know?
When I got there.
Okay. So, all right. Okay, so you know you was, but you didn't know you was gonna perform a Mind's Playing Tricks.
I had no clue.
But when you found out, did you even think to say, man, this is a big moment? I'm performing the Getto Boys song, something that me and Willie D wrote. Yeah, I wrote 3 verses, but Will wrote 1. He was on the song. Mm-hmm. He is a Getto Boy. They want a Getto Boy song. Did you think for one moment to say, yo, Will, you know, even if time was running out on you, you didn't think for one moment to say, man, let me just at least call Will and let him know what's going on. It ain't cross your mind to say that?
It didn't cross my mind, Willie. It didn't cross my mind.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe shit. You
No,
don't
I'm
believe,
just
you
saying.
don't believe that he greasy.
I'm just saying, man.
I watched the points. I didn't watch the entire episode, but I watched that part of the interview because it went viral. It was everywhere, and everybody was speaking on it.
So when you saw it, what did you feel?
I really, at that moment, because I didn't know. I didn't know what the truth is, and right now I still can't say that I just know the absolute truth because Face is sticking with what he said and Willie is sticking to what he said. But with both of them delivered their point of view, I understood both. And like I say, I can't fault the man for feeling how he want to feel about any subject. And, you know, Willie feels slighted and Face feel like he done what he was supposed to do as a man and as an artist and as a member of the group. So I really.
Do you believe it's all fair though? Like, do you look?
Ain't shit ever all fair.
I mean, all's fair in love and war.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, for who? It's only fair to the motherfucker who win.
Yeah.
Ask the motherfucker who lose if it's fair in love and war. Ask the motherfucker with the broken heart, is it fair?
But see, my point in asking that is, between those two, of course the fans are the biggest loser, but between them two, can you foresee somebody being a bigger loser like Willie versus Face, and especially with
Well, my perspective and what it actually is 2 different things because Face feel like he has a career to stand on and Willie has a career as well with the podcast and with social media. So,
okay, what do you feel like is more important to Houston culture? Getto Boys legacy or Scarface legacy?
the Getto Boys legacy.
So that would mean that Willie has kind of a harder argument.
Well, I can't really say, but I feel like the Getto Boys legacy, because there is no Scarface legacy without the Getto Boys legacy. Mm-hmm. And there is no Willie D. Scarface without the original Getto Boys legacy, which Jay Prince put together. So, you know, everything works hand in hand. And Scarface had a tremendous solo career. Like, you could put his catalog up there with anybody's, you know. So, but I'm a fan of Face, but the Getto Boys is what made me believe in what I could be like coming out of Houston. Like, it was the Getto Boys.
Getto Boys is like right there with the like creation of gangster hip hop. Gangster rap.
Yeah, it's right there. Man. Like, they just took it a step further. They was like, you got gangster and then you got hardcore. Like, Getto Boys was hardcore hip hop. Like, Vivid, yeah. They was right there with the horrorcore. Like, you know, the very first, like, chopping motherfuckers up and shit like that. Like, that was some hardcore, like, grunge. Like,
nah, seriously.
Yeah, shit was way too hard for a young nigga to beat, but I couldn't. It's like a train wreck, nigga. I couldn't turn away once I was on it, nigga. It was
a lot of older music. I don't really even understand what it. till I got older, but when I got older, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Nah, the Ghetto Boys, man. That Donnie Houston asked today which was the best Ghetto Scarface album, and I replied the first one. Mr. Scarface is back.
Yeah.
You know, the other he had them other albums was good, but Mr. Scarface's back was raw. The other ones he became more and more polished, but Mr. Scarface's back, man, is just the entire month is just raw. It's just raw, man. It's just man.
Favorite Scarface song?
Probably by default, Never Seen a Man Cry because of the third verse, but overall, like the hardest Scarface song to me is Jesse James. That's my shit.
Okay.
But the best song, because of that third verse of how he explained death and shit and the tone in which he done it in, like that shit blew my mind the first time I heard it. I was like, wow, man, you heard this? Like, that was phenomenal, nigga. That third verse and Never Seen a Man Cry is some phenomenal shit.
Never seen a man cry.
Yeah.
Till I seen. Yeah, fuck with Face, man.
Yeah.
I fuck with Face, man. Do you think the Ghetto Boys will ever get it back together? Because that Reloaded podcast, I feel like is extremely important.
I don't know. You know,
to the culture.
I went and sat down with Jay, man. Shout out to Jay Prince, man. We had a sit down at his house, man. Just me and him for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, just chopping it up. And I propositioned them with trying to get one more Ghetto Boys album up out of it, man. But he say that's not where he at as far as headspace. He like real deep with the boxing shit. You know, he just engulfed in it. But I was like, man, one more Ghetto Boys album, man, because like the world need that, man. The world, especially in a time like this here, the world need those voices that's gonna challenge the status quo and challenge the ethics of society and how society is moving, and challenge that bell curve what people are trying to say is normal, but we know is some abnormal shit. You need those voices that's not afraid, because too many motherfuckers today is afraid. That's why Dave Chappelle thrives like that, because he's fearless. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Rap-A-Lot or Ghetto Boys, Scarface, Willie D, you think they could ever create a new Ghetto Boys? Find some new artists?
Well, shit, anything is possible, you know.
That would be dope though, right?
Yeah, anything is possible. I proposition Jay with that kind of an idea. But, you know.
Who's one artist you feel like would be a good, you ain't got to give me three, but one from Houston that you feel like might be a good Ghetto Boy, new age Ghetto Boy?
Oh, we got some good talent. Like if I was to put together a new Ghetto Boys, 3 artists.
Even if you just give me one.
We got some good talent, man. We got a lot of good underground talent, man. Like, for real. A new Ghetto Boy group, that's what I'm really thinking. A new Ghetto Boys group who will work. Man, probably, sheesh. I don't know if they'll be as political though. And that's what I loved about the Ghetto Boys, how political they was. But I could see, oh man, there's so many good artists, man. Probably Young Martez, because he hold that Fifth Ward legacy part of it down. Maxo Cream. Maxo Cream, Young Martez, and the third one, I would like to say Fast Lane.
Man.
I would like to say Fast Lane. Like that would be a hard 3, but I don't know how, if they could approach that socio-political aspect that Face and Willie and Bushwick always approach, because they street and they hard, but you know, could they approach that like that third eye type shit, like that shit? That would be, I'd like to see a song from them 3 niggas together.
Man, that was up, man. That was up for real. That'd be hard.